Shalom, shalom. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the secret of the seventh correction. And it says here in chapter 147, we have learned that these apples and Arikon pin, which are concealed, are always glowing in white. Light is sent to the 370 directions from them, and all the first 6 corrections of the beard are included in them. So, last night, I completed a scroll in its entirety from beginning to end, and in the scroll is revealed the secret of these 370 lights. So the 370 lights that emanate off of Arikon pin are alluding obviously to the lower worlds of Beriah, Yetzirah, and Asiya. With that being said, let us analyze the scroll. So this is the scroll. You can see it. I did a short, maybe you guys saw it, maybe you didn't. There are 370 angels listed here. The secret of the 370 lights. And so, I'm going to explain the scroll to you guys. The first section of the scroll has 32 Elohims. So there are 32 Elohims here. And it's marked by Lamed Beit in the top left. Lamed is the numerical value of 30 and Beit is the numerical value of 2. 32 because the name Elohim is used 32 times in the acts of creation. And this is the secret of the glory of the throne, because it is written, the glory of the throne that was exalted from the beginning. And if you guys are familiar with the tome, did a live stream celebrating it. I alluded to there that the glory of the throne is the secret of the 32 Elohims that are mentioned in the acts of creation. So underneath each one of these Elohims, the name of Elohim expanded. Aleph, Lamed, He, Yud, Mem. The reason why the name Elohim is expanded in this particular fashion is explained by the second mention of the name Elohim. The second mention of the name Elohim is in the word Ruach Elohim, Ruach Elohim, the spirit of Elohim. And the value Ruach, spirit, is a numerical value of 214, and Elohim is the numerical value of 86. Therefore, 86 plus 214 is 300. This is the numerical value of the name Elohim expanded. So Elohim expanded like this: Aleph, Lamed, He, Yud, Mem has a numerical value of 300. This is the numerical value of the words Ruach, Elohim, spirit of Elohim. This 300 name corresponds to the world of Beriah. And so therefore, the 32 Elohims are for the first mentionings, and it is called the glory of the throne, because the value of Kavod, glory, is 32. In Hakesah, throne, is the numerical value 86, is the same numerical value as the name Elohim. Elohim has a numerical value of 86. Therefore, the glory of the throne, exalted from the beginning, refers to the 32 times Elohim is mentioned. And underneath the 32 are the expansions of Elohim, because the second mention of Elohim is Ruach Elohim. Therefore, the spirit of Elohim is the secret of its expansion, creating what's 320 sparks. So the 22 letters are here in the secret, and the 22 letters are the fronts and backs of the Sephirot, where the first 11 of the 22 letters correspond to the fronts, and the 11 letters of the back correspond to the backs of the Sephirot. And so correspondingly, underneath it, it says Beriah Melachim, which means the angels of Beriah. And corresponding to the angels of Beriah are 3 classifications of angels. And the only place to find any mentioning of these angels is in the same aforementioned book I did a video on earlier, which discusses forbidden books of the Kabbalah. And so here we find under a certain classification in the book Shoshei Hashemot, Iya, Ira, Il. And these are called Vakavod Elohim. They're called the glory of Elohim. The glory of Elohim because they're created out of the aforementioned sparks. And correspondingly, these angels, they correspond to the 22 letters. Aya, Baya, Gaya, Daya, Chaya, Vaya, Zaya, Chaya, Taya. So on and so forth. And the same thing with Iron and El. And Yirche corresponds to Atziluth and Beria. Iron corresponds to the Ophon, which is Asiya, and El corresponds to Yetzirah. So correspondingly in the garments, there is a angel for the Keter, an angel that corresponds to the Beria of Keter, Yetzirah of Keter, and Asiya of Keter. And the same thing with the grades of Chokmah. So the Chokmah of Beria is correspondingly there's going to be an angel to its Beria, Yetzirah, and Asiya, and so on and so forth, because all of the worlds have all of the worlds. And so these are the Melachim of Beria. This is going to be important. There are 7 heavens, and corresponding to the 7 heavens, we have 3 sets of 22 letters. So we have angels to 3 of those 7 heavens. Keep that in mind, because there's going to be 4 more sets of angels, which will correspond to those other 4 worlds. And then we'll get into the significance of what all of this means. So on the bottom, it says Et, which signifies the 22 letters. Then it says Vaya Badil Elohim, and Elohim separated, as it's written in Genesis. And Vaya Badil, Vav is 6, Yud is 10, Beit is 2, Dalet is 4, Lamed is 30, Vaya Badil is 52. And so it refers Elohim separated. If you separate Elohim's name, which means you expand it, Elohim expands into 52 letters. There are 5 from the name Elohim itself. Aleph, Lamed, He, Yod, Mem. And then Aleph is expanded, Aleph, Lamed, He, Yod, Mem. And that creates 13 letters. And then those are further expanded, Aleph, Lamed, Fe, Lamed, Mem, Dalet, He, Yud, Yud, Viv, Dalet, Mem, Mem. And the combined total is 52. So there are 52 letters in the name Elohim in its expansion, which is alluded to in Elohim separated the darkness from the light. And the secret of this is that from these aforementioned sparks, angels are created. This is also the value of the 52 name which coupled here, Yod-He, Vav-He. Corresponding beneath that is the name Yod-He, Vav-He, where He has the name Echia, which corresponds to Beria. The final He is the name Adonai, because it refers to Malchut. Then we have the Mohin of Abba. So this is called Kavod Yod-He, Vav-He, because Kavod alludes to 32. So just as we have the glory of the throne, Kavod HaKesah, which refers to Elohim's, we now have Yod-He, Vav-He 32 times. And Yod-He, Vav-He expands into Yod-He, Viv-He, which are 10 letters. Therefore, 32 times 10 equals 320. So there are 320 from the side of Chokmah and 320 from the side of Ima. This is the value of the word Na'ar, child. And this is the secret of the 2 cherubim that are linked. Corresponding to the 10 letters of the expansion of Yod-He, Vav-He, it's Yud, He, Viv, He, the 72 name, which corresponds to Atzilut. The 72 name is Atzilut, the 63 name is Beria, the 45 name is Yetzirah, the 52 name is Asiya. And corresponding to the Mohin of the name Yod-He, Vav-He, there are expansions of the name Elohim. Elohim expanded Aleph, Lamed, He, Yod, Mem, corresponds to Beria, value 300. Aleph, Lamed, He, Yod, Mem, corresponds to Yetzirah, which is the Gevurah. And Aleph, Lamed, Ha, Yod, Mem, corresponds to Asiya and Malchut. Underneath this, we find the 72-letter name of Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, and Malchut. Now, these 288 are mentioned in Apples from the Orchard by the Arizal and throughout multiple other Lurianic texts. So the 288 sparks, the Arizal gives allusion and states that they're created from 72 times 4, Well, he says 216 plus 72, but 216 is 72 times 3. So he says 216 plus 72 equals 288. And the secret of this is it alludes to the fact that 288 sparks were created here at this point. It says, and the spirit of Elohim vibrated, merokfet. And the word vibrated here has a numerical value. It can be rearranged and to say dead 288. So it says here, the phrase "in the spirit of God hovering over the water" refers to the light that the vessels could not contain, and thus only hovered over the levels referred. It says, to by the water. None of the light descended into the vessels other than the 288 sparks. This is indicated by the word for hovered, which can be read 288 sparks died. Because the word hovered, merokfet, is spelt memresh chet fe tav, and the letters that can be rearranged form two words. Died, mem tav, and the number 288, resh fe chet, which is 200 plus 80 plus 8. And the Arizal states here, 288 is the sum of 72 and 216. And so this is important because 72 times 4 is 288. And 72 times 4 alludes to the 72 name of Chesed, the 72 name of Gevurah, the 72 name of Tiferet, and the 72 name of Malkuth. These aforementioned names are alluded to, and you can find them listed in book 9 of the Zohar, in a section called Bashalach. And there, in book 9, in a section called Bashalach, you'll find all of the 72 letter names, and it's stated there they were given as weapons for the kings. And there it's stated that they correspond to Chesed, Gevurah, and Tiferet. So we're going to find it in Zohar in book 9. We're going to find it again in a section called Bashalach. And these are going to be the 72 names of Chesed, the 72 names of Gevurah, the 72 names of Tiferet, and the 72 names of Malkuth. That's going to be your 288 sparks. These 288 sparks are where we're going to get our 216 angels from. Because again, 72 sparks from Chesed, 72 sparks of Gevurah, 72 sparks of Tiferet, and then the combined 72 name of Malchut, they create 216 angels. And here are the 216 angels listed in their grades and orders, and correspondingly, they go to the grades of Beriah, Yetzirah, and Asiya. The reason why they're attributed to the grades of Beriah, Yetzirah, and Asiya is because it is known there are no angels in the world of Atziluth. Not to say that there aren't angels in the Atziluth of Asiya, but to say that there aren't angels in the Atziluth of Atziluth proper. So, here are the 216 angels. This is going to be important. And then we have 4 worlds, which correspond to another set of 22 angels for Atziluth, for Beriah, for Yetzirah, and for Asiya. And these go to the 4 brains of Asiya. And the 4 brains of Asiya, of course, correspond to Keter, Chokmah, Bina, and Da'at. And the only mentioning for the place, the secrets of these angels and the Mochin of Elohim, are in manuscripts and books that have never been published in English. So, why do I mention that? We return to our aforementioned beginning. It's stated here that there are 370 lights. And so, if we have 3 sets of 22 angels here, 3 sets of 22 angels corresponding to different heavens, and then below, we also have 4 sets of 22 angels that create 7 sets of 22 angels. So there are 3 sets above and there are 4 sets here. That's 7 sets of 22 angels corresponding to 7 heavens. And then there's 216 angels listed here. So let's do the math on that. 22 times 7 is 154. Plus 216 equals 370. These 370 lights are these 370 angels, which are the Mochin of the name Elohim, which corresponds to the Elohim in Beriah, the Elohim in Yetzirah, and the Elohim in Asiya. The Elohim in Beriah is because the name Elohim is attributed to the Sephirot Bina. Elohim in Yetzirah is Gevurah, because Gevurah is attributed to the name Elohim. Malkuth is also attributed to Elohim, and therefore this scroll, which covers these 370 lights, which issue out forth from the face, again, are 370 angels. So if you guys would like another video covering the intricacies and the depths of these angels, perhaps I'll make one. But with that being said, this scroll here was made for my wife, and I made this scroll so that she can have track of the higher things and have an understanding, a proper understanding of the Kabbalah and the angels. Shalom, Selah.